Welcome to Shanghai for this weekend's Chinese Grand Prix. We begin with today's practice session. Beside me to take you through free practice today is a man with 3 decades of racing experience under his belt. It is, of course, Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us today, Ant, and tell me, where should we be focusing our attention today?
I think we need to be looking across the entire field to see how far these cars are able to push a single set of tyres. While everyone will be trying different setups and running with different fuel loads, if you're attentive enough, you can definitely pick out trends for each type of tyre compound, which will give us a rough idea of how long the drivers are able to stay out there during a stint in the race.
I've had a chat with Carl about the new parts and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try. Well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers. So, we'd like to run the acclimatisation programme if you have a chance before qualifying. It'll give us a good indication of our relative pace and consistency.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top 3. Red, Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel. And that's it, practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye. Welcome to Shanghai, China, for what I've no doubt is going to be a fantastic F1 qualifying session. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
Top speed is a key factor for this circuit. Even if you can achieve the same lap time as someone running less wing than you, chances are you'll find overtaking difficult if you have too much drag.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Red, Hamilton and Max Verstappen. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
right. I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles an hour, with DRS assisting the cars down the back straight before they brake into the sharp hairpin at turn 14. Joining me once again to take you through this race is the effervescent Anthony Davidson, and I'm very much looking forward to it getting underway. You raced here, of course, didn't you, back in your Super Aguri days in that infamous Chinese Grand Prix of 2007?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't last that long, though, unfortunately. Qualifying had gone pretty well, but my brakes failed quite early in the race, around lap 10 or 11, something like that. And of course, back in 2004, I was the very first Formula 1 driver to complete a lap of this circuit. Just thought I'd mention that for you, Crofty. You like a good stat. It's a fairly tough circuit on the brakes here, though. You know, there's that long back straight down into turn 14, and then you got turn 6 and 11. They're quite heavy as well. On top of that, managing your front tyre wear is always a challenge around here, so there's a lot to keep in mind during the Grand Prix.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Red lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Sebastian Vettel and Norris, Magnussen, Sainz, Butler and Daniel Ricciardo, Albon, Leclerc, Antonio Giovinazzi and Gasly, Kvyat, Perez, Romain Grosjean and Lucas Faber, Kubica and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. lap of the race. Keep this up. You are in first position, front of the pack, Verstappen behind. The gap to the car behind is 2.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Just 3 laps to go now. 3 laps. It should be a few laps at least before you start feeling too many tyre issues. They seem in good condition for the time being. Your brakes are in the optimum temperature zone. This is your final lap of the race. Gap to teammate behind is 10.7 seconds. Fantastic. You've won the Grand Prix.
Racing Point deserved a win today, and they got it. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Racing Point's performance today has shown that they can be competitive with the veterans of the sport. They're making their way out to the podium now as we speak, and the reaction from the crowd must be incredibly uplifting for them. Let's see how the driver standings have changed. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz certainly wasn't someone to scoff about. His ability to follow race strategies throughout with pinpoint precision has to be commended.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. It was more like dodgems than Formula One today, wasn't it? You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win? Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't they? You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? Great. Well, that's everything.
Fantastic podium. Well done. Keep pushing like this for the rest of the season.
What do you think of this one?